Hey guys, let's see what's new in Github Copilot version 1.6. Be sure to subscribe to not miss any update. Let's kick things off with the highlights. Type at any comment or description composer to get autocomplete suggestions for mentionable users and org teams in the current repository. Manage sessions now supports pill-style filters, a bulk select toolbar, and bulk archive or delete with a confirmation step. The automation screen now has a unified search that filters both automation cards and runs simultaneously with matched text highlighted. Opening a background agent's activity tab now scrolls to the latest output and shows a live progress indicator while the agent is working. Manually renamed sessions and workspaces are no longer overwritten by the agent's automatic rename. First, here's what's new in this release. Images in the Canvas editor markdown preview now render for all users. Type at any comment or description composer to get autocomplete suggestions for mentionable users and org teams in the current repository. A few things have changed too. Composer status pills that don't fit on one row now collapse into a circular button. Clicking it opens a menu listing the overflowed items instead of wrapping onto a second line. Conversation image attachments now preserve their natural aspect ratio instead of being cropped to a square, and multiple images are displayed in a balanced grid layout. Conversation transcript polish. Long ask user questions can now be and collapsed with a chevron disclosure, keyboard accessible, while short questions that already fit stay as a plain row. The timeline picker only selects when you click an actual tick, not surrounding white space, and only reveals near the bars. The native scroll bar is no longer hidden when the timeline picker is showing CMD+K, and the terminal now clears the buffer instead of opening the command palette, and the new window shortcut is hidden unless multi-window support is enabled. Manage sessions now uses pill-style filters to narrow the list, a bottom toolbar to select and bulk archive or bulk delete sessions, and a confirmation step for all bulk actions. Opening a background agent's activity tab now scrolls to the latest output and shows a live progress indicator while the agent is working. Rename the sidebar group by time option from updated to last updated for clarity. Routine agent actions, internal memory bookkeeping, read-only session workspace lookups, and session workspace renames are no longer shown as individual rows in the conversation timeline, reducing clutter. Completed thinking and activity blocks now start collapse by default. The Manage Sessions view now shows two separate disk usage columns: Files, Disk, for the session's working files, and Chat, Disk, for the chat history, instead of a single combined column. Both columns are sortable. The automation screen now has a unified search input that filters both automation cards and runs simultaneously, with matched text highlighted. A filter icon inside the search bar provides access to project, status, and runs of filters. No match states now show a proper empty state with a clear filters button. And finally, the bugs that got squashed. Action buttons in the home page up next list are now visible when focused via keyboard, not only on mouse hover. Ctrl-Z undo and Ctrl-Shift-Z Ctrl-Y. Rido now work in the chat composer on Linux, where WebKit-GTK doesn't bind those keystrokes to native editing by default. Fixed a Windows resource leak where tray menu rebuilds could accumulate USR objects over time, potentially causing the app to malfunction after many session changes. Fixed an issue where this project's GitHub account was removed banner could stay stuck even though the correct account was still connected. Fixed empty system sounds picker on Linux in notification settings. Fixed image preview bounding box being wider than the image for wide, e.g. panoramic, images in conversations. Fixed the chat composer floating in the middle of the screen instead of staying pinned to the bottom when there are only a few messages. Fixed the in-app pull request view failing to load on GIS and GA.com data residency hosts where it previously showed a GraphQL schema error. Manually renamed sessions and workspaces are no longer overwritten by the agent's automatic rename. Running a script now focuses its terminal tab, so the command starts and streams output immediately instead of waiting until you click into the tab. Screen readers now correctly announce punctuation and arrow key shortcuts in the command palette, e.g. command plus comma for the go to settings shortcut, instead of silently dropping them. /command menu now filters more accurately and no longer surfaces unrelated commands when nothing matches the typed query. Keyboard shortcut glyphs and menus are now sized to match the surrounding text. The sidebar resize handle now shows a visible hover stripe when you drag to resize, making it easier to discover. Swift files now display syntax highlighting in the file viewer. The terminal now shows a clear, actionable error when your shell points to a path that no longer exists, instead of a raw system error. When viewing a referenced pull request in the session panel, the Overview and Changes tabs are now shown so you can browse the PR diff. That's the latest from GitHub Copilot. Thanks for watching and see you next time.